Hey guys, Ryan here, and I thought I'd bring you a second video for today, this time in the Super Pershing, the T26E4. So, this game was played on the 30th of May, and this is actually my first ever game in this tank. I just bought it before this game, I equipped it up, looked at its armor model, and I've just always wanted this tank. We're on Prokhorovka top tier and there's no artillery, which is just fucking perfect. So quick rundown on the tank. Very slow medium tank, but it's got spaced armor all over the front of it. Makes it quite trolly, but it's easy to pen if you know where to shoot it. Side armor is good enough to side scrape. You do have a couple people on the front with the machine gun hatch, which is like a hole in the spaced armor, as well as the cupola on top of the turret. The gun has a decent rate of fire. I don't know the exact stats, but it feels pretty good DPM wise. 240 alpha. Really good penetration. I thought I had 175, but at some point in the past, I don't know how recently or how long ago, they buffed it to 192 or 194 standard pen, which is great considering that this tank has preferential matchmaking. But even 194, even in a tier 10 game, would be fine for me, because I use the KV5 in tier 10 games, and that has 167 pen, so if I'm fine with a KV5 in a tier 10 game, 194 pen is more than enough. 10 degrees of gun depression, because it's American. Decent view range, I think, 380 or 390 meters base, which is great. And the best thing about this, because it's preferential premium, insane premium pen. APCR of like 256 millimeters, I think, APCR pen, compared to a KV5, which gets 217 millimeters of pen. But as I said, the armor on this is quite trolly. The game right after this one, I got shot by an Object 257 3 times in the front to point blank range and bounced all of them. And then the same game, I had a Panther 2 auto-lock me from across the map on the move and pen me twice to the front. So, don't expect this thing's armor to work, it's just kind of got a mind of its own, and it'll just choose for each shot whether it wants it to bounce or not. So the tank has a mind of its own in terms of its armor. Now see, I got to a hold on position in the little hole on this map that people like to go to, and you'll see that I just hit 3 shots in a row on the M6 across the map under the train track. So the accuracy is looking really good, and I thought the accuracy was really good in this tank as I'm playing it this game. But it was my first game in this vehicle, because the next few games, the accuracy I learned is not very good, 0.38, and it feels like that. So it looked great in this battle, and I thought it was great, but that was just me rushing to a conclusion when it was my first fucking game. So the accuracy of the tank, not that great. So I've still got all my hit points, the 1200 damage, 62 assistance, and the enemies have actually gone to the hell with a lot of tanks. Trying to hit the absolution. I don't know what it is, but like this rate of fire just feels quite nice. I know it's lower alpha, but it feels like enough, the rate of fire on this. Now it is encounter mode, so that's why I start coming over to the flag, and I'm hoping I can get hull down here. And as you will see, there's actually some ISM, which are going to be a pain in the ass. It's a very well armored tank. Hit him in the side and only did track damage. Hit him in the side and only did track damage. Like, you just say, I don't even think the ISM has spaced armor on the side, but just like its Russian brethren, it might as well have spaced armor on the side. So I load APCR rounds. And of course, the moment I do not have shots at the ISM anymore. Moving to try and get a shot at the enemies, as there's no point sitting in a position where I can't shoot them. Change back to AP rounds after I fire that shot for the T69. I bounce off, and that was a poorly aimed shot by me. Doing a nice shot into him, and now he's just sideways onto me in the middle of the field. This is right where I want him to be. I stop the aim in, and then I start moving backwards and forwards. Stop the aim in, and then he died. That's just to try and make it as hard as possible to hit the the gaps in the spaced armour. I've got the APCR loaded again because I'm expecting to run into the 2 ISMs. As you can see, there's one right there, but he does back up when he gets spotted. I penned the second ISM. You see, I'm trying to get the shot into the thing. I wasn't expecting that shot to be able to one hit or pan. It was quite an awkward shot to hit. That again was not a fully aimed shot, so I don't want to blame the tank for that. The aiming circle had not fully closed in yet. There's going to be a lot of shots, but you're going to see that the enemy light tank with a standard round is about to do some damage to me. And I've still got APCR loaded here. Again, that's for the ISM, but I keep taking pot shots at the light tank. Now, you're going to see a mistake here. You see me try and aim through the turret of the ISM, and I've got APCR loaded. That's because, in my head, I was thinking, the number 250 came to mind when I was aiming at him, so I thought, okay, so that must be, you need about 250 pen to go through his turret. That's not true. The reason 250 came into my head is because that's how thick the front turret is. So 258 or 256 premium pen, and you factor in RNG, I'm very likely to pen that shot. But basically what happened is, when you try to remember a lot of stats, such as how fast tanks reload, how thick the armor plates are at different parts of the tank, and you're trying to remember that for all the tanks in the game, sometimes you will get certain stats wrong and mix certain stats up. And in this case, as I said, I knew it was something to do with 250 regarding this turret, and I thought it was 250 to go through it, but that's how thick its raw turret is. So when I'm firing APCR rounds through his turret, that's just me making a mistake, thinking I could go through it with APCR. But as I said, you can't know everything about every tank reliably, so it's alright to make mistakes. Using this house to my right as cover from the other ISM. And now that I've got rid of his body, I can just gently come over. And you see, I make sure not to shoot his turret, I'm going for the tracks. And you see, I'm very careful to make sure I actually do hit the drive wheel because I want to track him. Once I've done so, I change back to AP rounds because now I've got the angle on him. You see, I bounced ISM. Again, the armor's going to start working for me here. And he's actually going to load an APCR round here and put it into my weak point. And that was an APCR round into my weak point, and it just damaged my viewport. So again, the armor on this tank isn't good, it's just fucking trolly. That's what I've realized playing it. You kind of don't manually use your armor and expect to bounce, you just go out there and you hope to bounce. But something else I forgot to mention, I bought this tank full price, 7,200 gold, which I think is a reasonable price. I skipped forward there because being a very slow tank climbing the hill wasn't fun to watch. But my very first game in the tank, 100k profit, 3600 damage, 1300 assistance, 3k blocked, 3 kills, and a first class. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.